So what is your goal with Connective?
My goal is to gain knowledge, experience, and anything else that would help me in my near future career and in my life overall.
I guess my goal would be to earn responsibility and leadership.
I know, but last weekend.
Yes, God.
Like early Thanksgiving, there's so much fun. Happy Thanksgiving.
Everybody got food? Thank you.
I can eat.
You got water?
Let's go.
Want some water?
Let's go. You sure?
Want water? Water?
It's yours.
Water?
We're done.
Want water?
You sure?
You want some?
Okay, wait.
No problem, man. Thank you. Every one of y'all, thank you. Have a nice.
Give it up. Give it up. We give it up. Yo, give him a coat.
Right, too?
He has us right.
He's gonna be eating tonight. He got a meal. And it's real food. It's real food. On Thanksgiving. Real food. On Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Day.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I got it. All right.
Well, Adrian, you'll throw it and then it's like it's here. Oh, Adrian, I don't know. We'll see if he gets something. You know what we think?
Or for people to feel we should have guns, you're still putting us in danger. Now it's just easier for these school shooters to get in because they're right in our classroom. These other people are walking into the building. You're just handing it to them. You're like starting them. They got that 5-minute head start because they're already in the school with the gun. That doesn't make sense, putting guns in the school at all.
Don't matter if you got a key, you got a hammer, you could get
The government shutdown, I think it's pretty crazy because I remember this is like the longest government shutdown we've had. And it's leading to, folks not getting paid. It's leading to folks' benefits being withheld. And it really just has an impact on everyday working Americans. And so when we think about who's benefiting, right? Who benefits from a wall? Not the people like me who live on the border. We don't want it. It's folks who are so afraid, who feel so threatened, white men who feel so threatened, who want to build this monument to white supremacy. And honestly, I'm not here for it.
He's been targeting little girls since 27, targeting 12-year-olds. And the only reason he's going for 17-year-olds now is because he almost lost the case. But he ended up paying out that family. So, I mean, it's unfortunate that people still love him even with all of these allegations. They figure it's a shot at black people and they just came at Bill Cosby, so now it's R. Kelly. At the end of the day, we have to hold people accountable to what they've done. And unfortunately, us as a society we just take it as they're trying to break us down. And really, I mean, it's offensive. It's offensive to think that, I mean, he's targeting little girls.
I was sharing some history of the LAPD, that how in 2003 there were 70 Marine Corps individuals that were assigned to the Los Angeles Police Department to learn urban guerrilla tactics of how LAPD was unleashing its war on gangs in South Central Los Angeles. And those tactics were used in the Al-Anbar province during the Iraq War as well.
We'll never be divided. The people united. We'll never be divided. The people united. We'll never be divided. The people united.
So Patrick, what do you think is one of the kids that we're dealing with? Like, what are some of the main issues that, you know, they're dealing with in regards to just being in Detroit, being youth in Detroit?
I believe, and I love that question, I believe they're not around enough reinforcing positive role models. And this is the same just about in every inner city, where it begins at the home, when the parents, their anguish, their stress is kind of communicated onto them. And so it's in small mannerisms. You know, they are aggressive, and they're not competitive in a good sense, but just aggressive and almost like selfish.
But at the end of the day, what I tell people all the time, if the banks was to shut down today, and you was a millionaire, or you had millions and millions in the bank, but somehow the currency just got wiped out, how would you survive? You would survive on the energy and the karma that you put out there prior to you losing your money. That's why money to me isn't real, right? Money isn't real. Like, energy is real. Energy is the real currency. What you put out in the world, like what you give back, that's going to define your success. And so, and basically what I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna give you my number and all of that too, so we can stay in contact, is that what you do now, right, and what you're doing now, you don't gotta wait till you're in college to start reaching back and empower somebody.
Everybody here realize that you can do anything and be anything you want in the world. Do you realize that? Do you think that's the truth? Do you think that's a lie?
I think that's the truth.
That you can be anything you want to be. Right? So I want to go around a circle. I just want everybody to tell me what they want to be when they grow up. Right? I'll start here and go around. What do you want to be when you grow up? Police. That's not bad, because if he wants to be a police, then he could be one of the police, a good police officer, right? We have a lot of bad police officers, right? So we need people in the police that are going to do the right thing by us.
Follow what I pray. When things are going good, they communicate. If she hits the fan, nobody's talking. That's when she goes down here. So today, I want to be able to push them to be able to communicate through adversity. Because the biggest thing for me, with players of colors, is that you allow them to learn how to communicate through adversity. They will be successful.
Be here to empower us. But that's why the people here today, the coaches, come on, me here, I'm here, you guys here, we here to empower each other. But the reality is that sometimes the system is not really here to empower us. But that's no excuse. So today, I want us to make sure that when we're on the court, when you're off the court, we can be mindful of our time. It's not like that's part of it. What makes you successful is how you communicate.
And today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came character. I have a dream that one day down in Alabama with its vicious racists.
My name is Kiara, and one thing I feel like I'm good at is, I guess, talking to people, making them feel good and to be welcomed around. But one thing I do struggle at is my attitude, which could have also burdened me in that situation.
My name is Natalia. One thing I'm good at is like helping people with their problems, I guess, or like helping people just in general.
Twine being a boss and a leader. You can be a leader and a boss at the same time. So as a boss, you look up to that person and you see what you can, how you can get yourself in that position. So that's what, you can be a leader, but then if you're a boss that just do recklessness, then you're not a leader, you're just a person that's in charge.
Leader would be able to convince a group of people to follow them, while a boss needs to force people.
My money
What does he mean by he got a soul to save? And why does he have a soul to save? He's not a religious person per se. Like, what does he mean by that? What does that mean?
Make it out the streets, but not leave the streets, but stay behind enough to pull somebody up, and not just leave his people deserted.
Well, in my neighborhood, the kids that are in my neighborhood, they don't like have this opportunities, and they don't really know about the stuff that we know about. So like when I have the chance, I do try to explain it to them and like it's always gonna be around. There's nothing much I could do about it right now, but at least I can inform them about it and try to notify them, because they would never know if I didn't tell them.
3 things that's gonna be paramount to your success: hyper-focus, being able to lock in, being able to communicate through adversity and have a high level of emotional intelligence, and continue to be resilient. So I appreciate y'all today, and we're gonna stay locked in.
Now, we did not let them win, but they continue to play. Even though statistically on the paper, and what it looked like is that no way you guys can beat us. But somehow you found a way, you was resilient. Every team here is resilient. Maybe a turnover here and there you make, or a basket you didn't make, but there's never a time where you don't play hard and you don't play up to your competition that you can't win. So round of applause for the winning team for everybody here.
About balance. You need to be able to go in there, dribble it, and then if that pass is there, be able to shoot it, or pass this way. But if you run in here like this, and that pass is there, this is what you guys end up doing. Travel. Or it's there and he backs up, and then now you want to think about shooting, it's too late. Now he's crossed out all the way up. And I'm telling you, everybody in here has horrible balance before coming to the jump stop. I saw it there, and now I'm still seeing it here.
Try to go around. Don't go in the middle of the drill. Okay? Ready? Ready? Go, go, go. Down. Don't travel. Come on, go. Come on, let's go. Go to the men. Hold it.
So there's 3 things that we want to focus on in regards to this year, and it's hyper focus, it's being able to communicate through adversity, and emotional intelligence. These 3 things are important in basketball. I teach my players these things, but more importantly, they're important in life. And so when I say hyper focus, that's just being able to lock in on a specific detailed information so that you could be able to retain it and then give it to your mans, right? Most importantly, understand it for yourself, but then also then put your mans on, right? And so what I'm saying is that I want you guys to know that hyper focus is just being able to lock in for specific information that's important, so that you can not only use it but share it with your peers. And then, but like, be a leader, right? Lead by example. So when you guys are in school this season and you got young men that look just like you who are struggling, I expect you guys to be able to chop with them. And if they don't want to hear it, then that's out of your control. But if in fact you don't try to help them, then y'all partly to blame, right?
One more step over, it's a charge every single time. They don't got no counter moves. They go a hard one way, and once they go that hard way, they don't got to come back the other way. So move your feet, get their note, play with your feet, not your hands. Get there, and see, you don't have to help there. They get one shot. They got a few times.
Listen, is it really worth this moment? Is it really worth you putting it all up because somebody says something you disrespectfully, or somebody stepped on your sneaker and messed up your A1s and didn't apologize? Is it worth you taking it to the max and then having to face whatever repercussions that happen? Because at the end of the day, as young black men, you getting put in that system, there's no love for you. Emotional intelligence, to be able to communicate under adversity, and to be able to have bouts of hyperfocus so that you can retain important information for yourself, but more importantly, so you can pass that information to those that you care about, right? That's it, fellas. I appreciate y'all. Good work.
One, two, three, connected!